Well, I'm live, guys. Hey, welcome to YouTube, guys, Facebook, Twitter. I'm on all three. So my name's Sean, and I did federal prison time. I did 52 months at Florence Federal Prison Complex. I was in the camp. It's a low security, and during the day, I had to go ship over to the ADX Supermax, where El Chapo is, and the Boston Bomber, and the Unabomber, and the shoe bomber and the United Nations bomber and all kinds of bombers. And I made their food. And then at the end of the day, they sent me back to the camp. And so I'm going live, guys. Hopefully I get some people in the room. Let's see. No comments yet. Nobody watching yet. But, that'll change. Anyways, guys, I want to talk about people that are on federal pretrial waiting to get sentenced, people that have been indicted, target letter, things like that, and you're out on what they call a pretrial bail. And for me, it was 4 years, guys, not knowing if I'm going to get probation or 20 years in prison or what. For 4 years, they played with my head. Man, they played with my head. I didn't know what, they could tell me 13 years, 11 years. They got it down to 7 years, blah, 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 blah. I finally got 52 months after 4 years, but I had to do a lot of hard work to get the 52 months. So, and I want to maybe give you guys some insight on how to get it down from 12 years to 52 months. And no, I didn't snitch on nobody, but I did have to snitch on myself. It's called accountability. And the feds will kind of sit you down in a room with your lawyer or your public federal, I want to say pretender, but in the feds, a public defender actually kind of works for you. In the state facility, that's a public pretender, okay? But in the feds, the judge makes the final call. Judge makes the final call. And the things you do while you're on pretender, whether it's 6 months or 80 months, or it's 2 years or 4 years like me. Some guys get lucky. You get sentenced in 8 months. You're lucky, guys, because if I could have been in and out of prison by the time I finally got sentenced, because I only got 52 months, and I only did about half that time because I got the RDAP program. That's the Residential Drug Abuse Program. I had my good time. It's 85%. It's 54 months or 54 days for every year that you're in. Basically 2 months for every year you do. You get off. I got halfway house time, all that stuff. I did 27 months in a federal prison camp in a little town called Florence, Colorado. And, I got to tell you guys, I was a white-collar criminal. And I did wire fraud. I did false tax preparations for a whole bunch of people, mainly drug addicts and homeless guys. And I got them $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 back on their tax refunds. Now I got to pay it all back. I owe the government. Are you ready for this? I owe the government $1.7 million. That's my restitution. Did I make $1.7 million? Hell fucking no. But I probably made 60 or 70,000 bucks because I took 20% of the refunds. I had 9 guys working for me. It didn't start off like that. I told one homeless guy, I can get you 3,000 bucks. He told 3 guys. They told 8 guys. They told 12 guys. My phone started ringing. I couldn't answer them. I hired these 2 girls just to answer the phone and write down their information, their social security number. Most of the guys that I did taxes for never filed taxes in their life. Some it's been 8 years, 10 years, they never filed taxes. But I put them down like as a panhandler. You're holding up the sign. I will work for food. Anything will help. You see the guys on the freeway on ramps. Homelessness is like running rapid now in the country. So I pull up to these guys and I say, how'd you like to make $3,000? You get your money in less than 10 days. Here's $100 just to let you know that I'm real. I'd give them $100. I took it out of their refund, but they'd sign up with me, and I'd say, "Don't tell them you made more than 10 grand, because now you actually have earned income credits coming. If you make less than like 12,000 bucks in a year, you're not going to owe no taxes. The government's, yeah, you're good. You're good. You're low income. We don't care. We don't want no money from you. So if you keep it under like 12 grand, you qualify for earned income credits. And they could be 800 bucks, 500 bucks, stuff like that. I got them for American Opportunity Credits. I got it for make working pay. I get spent so long making work pay credits. Anyways, there's 3 credits I got for them. Anyways, blah 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 blah. I get them like 3 grand, and you can go back 3 years if you haven't filed your taxes. You get 3 years worth of refunds. These guys are getting 7, 8 grand, and I'm taking 20%. So they all got their refunds, and now I owe the government their refunds. They get to keep the money, and I pay the government. But you know what, guys? I'm going to tell you, I did the crime. I did the time, and now I pay for it. And, I stole from the government. And it doesn't matter who you steal from, because nothing is justified. Yeah, evil, corrupt government, whatever you want to call it. Did I have a right to steal from them? No, I did not. So I needed to go to prison. I needed to do my time. I needed to learn my lesson. Have I learned my lesson? Oh, I've learned my lesson so many times over. Hey, I got ATL in the room. Can you get packages at a camp? Yes. Let me put your comment up there on the screen. Well, yes and no. So you can get used books sent to you. You can't get a package like in the state if you're in a state penitentiary, or if you're in a state prison. I think every 3 months they can get a package sent to them. Now they got to order the package online. It used to be they could just send a box full of shit, but no more. But yeah, you can get packages, but you can't get packages of food. You can get packages of like used books, things like that. The feds are kind of it's not the state. Yeah, you can still send packages to the state, but you got to go to a certified state facility website where you click and you order, and you send them a radio, you send them clothes, you send them food. But feds don't have nothing like that. So you can send some kind of packages, but it's the feds. The feds suck, man. So I did time in a minimum security, and which is the best place to do your time. Don't get me wrong, but we don't have all the privileges at a state prison. We don't have our own TV in our own cell. We don't get our own cell. We have cubicles that we live in. It's 2-man cubicles. You got to share it with another guy. Is it bad? Is it good? I'd rather have my own place, my own room, my own cell. You only get that in the ADX. In the feds, you get that in the ADX Supermax. Anything else, you're always going to have a roommate, a cellmate, a cellie. And it could be good, it could be bad. I'd rather have my own place, my own cell. You don't get that in the feds. You don't get your own TV. You can have your own radio. You buy that on commissary. You buy the batteries. Blah blah blah. The state, though, they get their own TV. Of course, they're supposed to use headphones and watch TV, and most of them probably do. But you're gonna have this one guy that's gonna, he's watching MTV or MTV Raps or MTV Raps, and he wants everybody to know that he listens to rap music. Well, fuck that guy. But I didn't do state time. Anyways, because I don't like rap music, guys. I'm just gonna put that out. I'm a rocker. I'm from the 80s and 70s, and so I can't stand rap music. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, now everybody's gonna unsubscribe to me. Here's a white man who doesn't like rap music. Can you? Oh wow. Anyways, so I supposedly Adam from Australia. He's got a prison channel called Australian Prison Channels. He's going to join me, and Raymond Bombo from Africa, Liberia, Africa. I was just kind of messaging these guys back and forth, and Raymond has done time in African prisons, and Raymond lives in Africa, and he's not a scammer, guys. So, when he comes on, hopefully he comes on, he's not one of these scammers that you just got $100,000 from the Republic of Africa, and if you send me some gift cards and all that, and blah, blah, blah. He's a real dude, and he's helping people. You see my t-shirt? Wings for Life. So I work for Wings for Life. What we do, guys, is we help your family. While you're locked up, your family goes through hell. You left them high and dry. You left your wife and your 3 kids with nothing, and you're going off to prison. So who's going to help them? Wings for Life. We help you. So that's the job I have now. That's my day job. I also have a little side business, Federal Prison Advice, and we help guys with character reference letters. With your pre-sentence report, we'll coach you on sentencing day on what to say to the judge. We'll try to give you the best possible outcome on your sentencing day. We have a lot of services that we provide. The number should be down in my videos below, but if you don't, 415-410-4612. 415-410-4612. Now, we're not like these other prison consultants who are going to charge you 10 and 20 grand, tell you get 30% off your sentence. You hire me, I guarantee I'll get you an RDAP. No. That's extortion, man. That's fraud. That's wrong. But what we can do is I can call your mother-in-law. I can call your employers that you worked for before. I can call your friend. I can call your cousin who's the cop in LA, and I can help them write the character references that are going to impress the judge. I could send you templates. I can cut and paste and copy and send you templates and charge you 10 grand, like Justin Paperny from White Collar Advice, or Michael Santos from Prison Professors. Do not call those guys. Those guys will hound you. They'll call you 10, 20 times. They'll try to get your business. They'll extort you. They'll say, if you don't hire me, I'm going to make sure you don't get an RDAP. I've had over 50 calls from people who've called these prison consultants for 20 grand, and they're going to, we don't even charge nothing, like $1,500, $2,500 compared to $20,000. You can hire us, but I'm not here to talk about it. You can call me for free, and I'll talk to you, answer all your questions that your lawyer doesn't know. Again, the number is 415. That's the area code. 410-4612. My name is Sean. I got a team going. I got Tom. I got Angie. They've been on all my videos. And we're here to help you guys. We're here to help you. I got some comments from ATL. Let me see. I have smiley faces, so that's good. And let's see here. It says, do people with drug and gun charges go to camp all the time? I'm going to tell you, in a camp, half the people there are for drug charges. Now, most of them are like a truck driver who, somebody approached them and said, can I put an extra box on your truck? And I'll give you $5 grand. Every time you cross the border, you get $5 grand. On the 29th time, he got caught. Whether the cartel set him up, because that happens a lot. They set up the truck driver so they can get, 15 other runs going through, next to San Diego and the next border thing. Whatever the reason is, they got caught. You get a drug dealer got caught. He's selling meth. I knew a lady. She was mailing meth. She lived in California, in Oakland, California. She mailed meth to Massachusetts on UPS, right? And the person in Boston, Mass would get the package, and and that person in Boston, Mass got caught. Snitched on the girl in California. She ended up in the same drug and alcohol program called it was in Berkeley, California. It was called Newbridge Foundation. So the feds, when I was on pretrial, guys, the feds, I had a drug and alcohol program. I haven't done drugs in over 6 years, guys. So I'm clean, you know. But New Bridge Foundation is a place where the feds will let you out of your detention or jail or prison or whatever. They'll send you to this program. I did a year there, and it worked. It worked. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I got Aussie coming on. Yes, Adam is on. Adam's in the house. Guys, I was telling you, I had a guy from Australia. This is Adam, guys. And Adam did time in Australian prison. And Adam, I might have a guy from Africa coming on, Raymond. You haven't met him yet. I hopefully I connect you guys eventually. But right now, I got Adam from Australia. So I'm telling all the listeners.
Is he in Africa?
He did time in Africa, in Liberia. He's a friend of mine because he works for my company. Hopefully he comes on here. But right now we got you, Adam. So Adam, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell everybody what you are about and what your channel's about.
Okay. My name's Adam. I'm from Sydney, Australia, and I've spent the last 17 and a half years of my life in and out of prison. 12 of those years were spent on heroin, and I've been out and clean now for 9 years, and I've got a YouTube channel called Australian Prison Stories, where I keep a positive message as to where I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help the kids, you know, trying to help the youth not to make the same mistakes that I did, you know what I mean? And this is why I tell some of the horrific stories, you know, on my channel, because I'm just trying to paint a picture to let them know don't use drugs and go to prison.
So Adam, let me ask you a serious question. You say you want to help the kids. Well, what if a guy that's 38 years old calls you up? Will you help him too?
Of course.
Okay. So you don't only help kids, you help everybody.
Anyone.
Anybody who wants help.
Yep. If someone's struggling with addiction, or they know someone that's going through addiction and they need some advice as to what to do, you know, they can always hit me up through my Gmail, and I can talk to them and help them as much as I can.
Adam, I got a viewer right now that's got a question for you. I don't know if you can see it. It says, there's this one dude in Australia that did his time, but they're still holding him in the detention center for 2 years. He has no clue when he's coming out of the detention center. That's all you, Adam. Talk
detention
to this guy.
Center.
Talk to him,
it sounds to me, when you say detention center, that sounds like he's an illegal immigrant and he's in a
in Australia. He's in Australia now.
Yep. But what he needs to do, right? He needs to get a good lawyer and talk to a good lawyer, and then get some advice from the lawyer. But he says he.
Okay, Adam. I don't mean to cut you off, but let's assume this guy has no money to hire a lawyer. Can you help him? How can we help this guy?
Well, if he needs some, look, give him my Gmail, okay? What's this guy's name? ATL.
Well, ATL.
ATL. Just give him my Gmail. Sean will put that up on the screen. Get him to email me, and I'll have a chat to him, and I'll help him as much as I can.
Let me see if I can figure out how to get your email. Hopefully, it won't come. I'm gonna go get your Gmail. Hold on.
That's a messed up situation that he's going through. I mean, you know, in a detention center for 2 years. I mean, that's pretty messed up.
I don't know if they lost me yet. I'm trying to get your Gmail here. Let's see if it comes on. Okay. Am I still here? Can you guys see me? Hello?
Yeah, still see us. Still
okay,
here.
Good. All right, here we go. Here's Adam's Gmail. All right, ATL, do you see that? ATL, I'm putting this up just for you. You know why, ATL? Because I actually care about you, ATL. You're watching my channel. The fact
I want to help as much as I can.
Yeah, and Adam wants to help you, ATL. The fact you're watching us and you're I mean, you got better things to do right now than watch YouTube and watch us. Right?
There's my Gmail. get him to email me and as soon as he can, and I will talk to him. I'll have a chat to him.
Yeah, ATL, we just want to help you, man. Do you believe us? ATL, do you believe that we want to help you? Because
And
I'm not trying to
yeah,
get 10 grand out of you like some other prison channels. I
well,
don't
I was
want
just going to
any
say that
money from
too.
you. I don't want any money from you. And Adam, he just wants to help you from his heart. That's
Well,
what
that's
we
what I was going
do.
to say. I'm doing it because I want to help you. I don't want nothing. I don't want no money. I don't want anything. I just want to help and do as much as I can to help this guy in that fucking messed up situation that he's going through.
He says he's on pretrial himself. Do you see that, Adam? You see that comment?
He's on pre-trial.
Yeah. Do they have pretrial in Australia?
Right, okay. No.
So he might be in America, but he's talking about what was the question? He has somebody in Australia, and I guess he's on pre. So ATL, I'm kind of guessing. ATL, you're on pretrial, but you also have somebody in Australia that you're worried about as well. Am I correct? And
That's a good friend. Must be a good friend of his.
Must be. And let me get to this next one, Adam. We got Kenneth. He says, "What's up from Canada?" He says, "Windsor, Ontario. I just watched your channel for the first time. Did you watch my channel or Adam's channel, Kenneth? But anyways, what's up?
Your channel he's talking about, Sean.
And how can we help you? How can we help you in Canada, Kenneth? What do you know about Canada, Adam?
Nothing.
What? Nothing? Yeah.
Nothing.
I know. I really don't know much about Canada either. But Kenneth, if I can help you in any way, but I'm here in America, so I don't know what we could do to help you. To be honest, I don't want to steer you. You know.
I know more about Australia and a little bit of the UK laws in England because they're very similar to us. In a lot of ways.
The only thing me and Adam know about Canada is do not watch. What's the show? Canada Jail Stories. What's the guy?
I wasn't even going to say anything.
Yeah, but what's his name?
I'm not saying it.
All right. Well, we don't want to watch. We don't want you to watch this one guy, but
you know why, Sean? You know how I feel about that.
We don't want to get banned. So ATL says I'm in the USA. So ATL, you're in the USA, but I guess you got a friend, a buddy, a family member in Australia.
And whereabouts in Australia does he live? Does he live in Sydney? Does he live in Queensland, Melbourne?
He says the dude in Australia goes on TikTok live talking about how he's stuck in Australia detention center. I think I heard about this guy. There was a guy. Have you heard about?
You know what, Sean?
Yeah.
If he's in the immigration detention center, well, you know what? I mean, he's going to be sitting in there for a while, and he has 2 years, and it's very, very hard to fight the government. It's very hard to fight the government when they want to deport you back to your country. It's normally very hard to fucking stop that from happening.
That sounds like
it's not impossible. There is loopholes. There's a way you can get around that, but you just got to find that.
So how do you actually get stuck there? Because in my country, Adam, people cross the Mexican border every day, right? And they get hit. A lot of them get caught, so they get held in the detention center. But in Australia, there's no border to cross. I mean, unless you show up on a ship or a raft or something, or you overstay your visa. How do you get stuck in Australia detention center?
Well, a lot of people, Sean, and everyone in the chat, a lot of people fly here. They fly here as tourists, right? They get in on a tourist visa, and then fucking they ended up just staying in Australia and working illegally, living here illegally, and it's only by fucking pure fucking luck that the government's found them, because if they're working in a particular place and that place gets raided by immigration, you know what I mean? That's the main way how a lot of the illegal immigrants get busted. You know what I mean?
Here's the latest, Adam. Here's the latest. He says He's Bangladesh. So do you have many Bangladesh people living in Australia?
Oh yeah, there's a massive Bangladesh community.
All right, why don't you go with
Indian.
that, Adam? I'm going to give you the show. You talk about this because
He's because Australia now is a really big multicultural country. There's heaps of different nationalities living here now. But what he needs to do, if he's Bangladeshi from Bangladesh, he needs to contact the Bangladesh fucking embassy or Bangladesh consulate and get in touch with them ASAP. If he hasn't done that already, he needs to do that because he's from Bangladesh and it's the government's fucking responsibility to look after him as a citizen of Bangladesh.
So ATL, you got a lot on your plate. You're on pretrial. You live in the USA. You've got a buddy, a friend, whatever, relative who's Bangladesh. He's stuck in Australia. You're trying to help him at the same time, ATL. You're on pretrial yourself. So you got
What do you want pretrial for?
He's got a lot on your plate. Yeah, you got a lot. Yeah, ATL. I'm in the USA too, so I can help you with your case. And Adam might be able to help your friend. So how can me and Adam help you, ATL? What's going on?
If you don't mind me asking, ATL, what are you on pretrial for?
Yeah. Tell me. Have you done a pre-sentence report yet? Have you been indicted? What part of the system are you into? Have you already made a plea deal? When is your sentencing day? All these questions. Help us out at ATL. If I want to help you, he's got another comment. He says
pre-sentence report is very mandatory. It always happens.
Yeah, he says he's not a buddy, he's just a TikToker. And you still care about him. Well, that's great that you. So he's watching a guy on TikTok, Adam, and he cares about him.
It sounds to me like it sounds to me that he found this dude on TikTok and he liked what he saw, so he started following this dude on TikTok. And it sounds to me they've been talking because you can message each other. And I don't know if you know this, Sean, and everyone in the chat, but on TikTok, you can only message someone on TikTok if you're following each other, right?
Oh, I can't just find you and then send you a message. I gotta friend you or something first, right?
It's called follow. Yeah, you have to send me a follow request, and then I've got to approve that. And when that's approved, then we can message each other.
Wow.
But
wow.
It's not like YouTube. So that's what I mean. For him to be able to say this, right? This is what I mean. He's following him on TikTok and he's talking to him on TikTok because you can only message each other on TikTok if you're following that person.
Angie is in the room, and Angie, I just put the link up. Angie, do you have the time to join us? I'd love to have you on, Angie. And
Angie's been working very hard lately, and she's so tired. She's been going for hell lately, poor Angie.
I know.
I'm very close to her.
I know you're tired, Angie, but I put the link up there, Angie. And me and Adam and Angie are all friends, guys, and we've all been to prison, and we're all trying to turn our life around, and we're all trying to help you. So, Angie, if you want to come on the show, please come on the show. I put the link up.
Jump on, please, Angie. Hit that link. Jump on, please.
Come on the show, Angie. We love you. Don't we love her, Adam? We love Angie, right?
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I'm very close to Angie. She's a very, very dear friend of mine. I love her.
Yeah. Angie,
I just gotta put my jumper on. It's getting cold here.
All right, and we got a Adam. When you come back, we got something from ATL here.
So I can't hear right now.
He says, "I've been on pretrial for a year now. I've been charged with conspiracy, possession with intent to distribute cocaine. It's a 5-year mandatory." So, ATL, I want to tell you. They really do not like fentanyl right now. Cocaine, actually, with cocaine, you might only get a year. I'm just saying, I've been doing videos and talking. I've done interviews with 75 people. Cocaine is not a drug they're after right now. Now, that doesn't.
Okay, yeah, I used to love cocaine.
Go to prison. You're still going to go to prison, but fentanyl is the one they don't want to hear about. So,
well, I mean, everyone's dropping like flies over there in America because of that fentanyl.
Yeah. Now I want to tell you that conspiracy is a charge. The feds, they always add a conspiracy because that's just that's just like
Yep.
that's bread and
There's
butter.
always a conspiracy with the feds.
Oh, it's always and they may drop it, they may not.
They
Because if
can't
they
help
don't have
themselves,
anything
Sean.
else on you, they'll get you for conspiracy. I mean,
Tracy.
I could look out my window, Adam, and I can watch a drug deal going on in the parking lot, and the cops
Oh yeah.
pull up and they bust the guys, they take them to prison. But they look up and they saw that I was looking out my balcony, and they knock on my door, and I tell them I don't want nothing to do with it. They got me for conspiracy. Here she is. Angie is in the house.
There
Angie, we
she
love
is.
you. We love you. We love you.
I can't deny my buddies.
Hey, how are you, Angie?
Hi, Adam. How are
How you
you?
doing? I'm alright, thank you. How are you? That's the
I'm
main
okay.
thing.
Angie, we're trying to help ATL. He's got a new comment. Have you been watching ATL's comments?
I just jumped in when I said hi to you guys. So
All right. So he says
I
they
didn't.
got me
He's
I
with
trying to
put it
the
help
on
you.
TikTok,
they
but I
got him
wasn't
with a
sure.
kilo of cocaine. And I want to tell you, ATL,
What?
a kilo of cocaine is really nothing these days. You'll go to a camp and you might get 2 years. Angie, what do you think?
Okay, what happened? He got caught. Was he
He's
cranking?
got a kilo of cocaine. He's on pretrial.
I agree
Big
with what you
trouble.
said
He's in
about
big
the
trouble.
fentanyl. It's not like fentanyl right now. That's
It's
for
not like
sure.
fentanyl because
Not even close.
Angie, do you know Audrey? Do you
A
remember
kilo of
my
cocaine.
shows with Audrey? So she was getting 10 months off for First Step Back credits, and they called her they called her in the office and they said, since you have fentanyl charges, you don't get no FTAs, you get
No
no First Step
FSAs.
Back credits. Yeah, for fentanyl. So now she's got to do another 10 months.
Oh,
Because it's
jeez.
fentanyl. If it was cocaine, if it was meth, if it was crack, if it was heroin, if it was
Well, that's
Oxycontin,
a serious
she would have
charge.
got out by now. But they're
Yeah,
cracking down. They're cracking down on fentanyl.
they are. In fact, one of my friends crossed
Well, serious
fentanyl
charge.
over the Arizona border. And she was saying that she could have, if anybody would have died within like 100 miles or something, or maybe it's 500 miles, that she could have been charged with their death.
Wow.
Wow.
Thank God
Okay.
nobody died, but at least nothing that they could track. So she, did a couple years or whatever. But yeah,
So
so I agree with you.
some politician's nephew died from fentanyl, and now they're all cracking down. I mean,
Politician.
it comes down to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, wow. We got Big Weavy with 2 hearts. Big
But you
Weavy,
know something?
why didn't you give me 3
ATL.
hearts? Big Weavy only gave me 2 hearts? What's up? Why not 3? I'm just kidding.
Right? Which one of us does he hate?
Yeah.
Me.
No.
Me.
No,
Doesn't
Adam,
matter.
not you.
Big Weavy,
Doesn't
do you
matter.
want
Let's
to come
move
on the
on.
show? Big Weavy, I got the link. I'll put it up again. Big Weavy, come on the show. Here's the link. Come on, Big Weavy. Come on, Steve. Come on and join us. I put the link up. So ATL, let's get back to ATL. We want to help ATL tonight, guys. And he says, even with the mandatory minimum of 5 years, I can get out at 2 years. You guys go for that, guys.
No, a mandatory minimum is a mandatory minimum.
But I want
Well,
to tell you the mandatory minimum for cocaine and crack and heroin and opiates and Oxycontin used to be 50 grams with 5 years. If you had 100 grams, that's 10 years. If you had, when I do the math, it was 5 years for every 50 grams. But they stopped all that. They're not doing that anymore.
For a kilo of
So-
cocaine,
So they don't really
5
have
years,
minimum
you'd be out in
minimum for the 50 grams. So ATL, since it's cocaine, I got a feeling you may not get the 5 years. Angie, am I off track? What do you guys?
yeah, I think you're off track because a mandatory minimum, they have to give the 5 years if that's what it's carrying. But that
that's what
doesn't
it
mean you're going to
used
be
that's
in
what
there
it
for.
used to be. That was 2 years ago.
But
Things
what
have
is
changed.
what are his attorneys telling him that his man? I mean, did he sign a plea?
Ask him, Angie.
ATL, tell us a little more. Did you sign a plea deal? Did they tell you that they're giving you a mandatory that is a 5 year? Is this what you're researching, or is this what you're actually being told? That's what we need to know.
Yeah,
And then
Well,
we can better answer your question.
right.
Cocaine. What you saying? You got busted with a kilo of cocaine, and the maximum 5 years, and you could be out in 2. No way.
No, a mandatory minimum is that's the least amount they can give you on a federal charge.
Adam, are they cracking down on cocaine in Australia these days, or have they moved on to fentanyl, or what's going on?
Yeah, no, they're not worried about the bloody cocaine. All they're worried about here is the ice.
Now, if it was
Ice,
1989, they were worried about cocaine, but it's not 1989.
Heroin.
You guys hear what I'm saying?
But
Yeah.
here it's ice, methamphetamine, and now fentanyl. Because fentanyl has
fentanyl. Even in Australia, it's fentanyl. That's
people are dropping.
That's the flavor.
Dropping
of the
like
month,
flies,
right?
like Adam said.
That's the flavor of the month, right?
Well, yeah, because they've laced it with something that people drop it. You can do what did they say? Like the tip of a pencil worth and drop dead.
5 grains of salt or 4 grains of salt.
Yeah.
So in New Mexico now they got this rainbow fentanyl. It's like pastel candy. It looks like Skittles or Mentos. The rainbow of colors or Mentos. It's pastel looking candy. It's $5 a piece, right? And they're selling in the high schools like crazy because now it's not called drugs. It's called candy. It's called candy. Would you like some candy? $5. You want a purple one? You want a pastel pink one? You want a pastel blue? What color would you like? It's $5. It's only candy,
and it's actually fentanyl.
3 out of 10 people will die from this new rainbow fentanyl candy.
This is great information, Sean.
Fentanyl.
No, it's all over New Mexico now. It's crazy. High school kids are dying. So my neighbors have 2 teenagers. One just died, right? And I was talking to my neighbor. I was in the laundry room, and I'm talking to my neighbors, and they said, "Yeah." I said, "What happened to Steven? I don't see him around anymore. Steven just died." Steven bought some rainbow fentanyl 3 weeks ago. He's dead now. They're going to the funeral next Tuesday because he bought rainbow. I think he bought the purple color, right? So Steven, my neighbors have to go to bury their fucking son who's 17
How old was he?
in high school. 17 years old.
Adam, have you heard of that?
Never heard of it. It's on you.
No, it's in New Mexico. It's
rainbow
fentanyl.
Texas. I've never heard of that.
California in like 2 or 3 weeks. It'll be there.
It's just normal. It's just normal fentanyl.
It looks like candy. They don't call it drugs no more. They call it candy because it looks like candy.
It's fucked up.
Fucked
up. Is ATL back? Is he?
Yeah. He's got a few things. Let me catch up on him. He says the offense in 5 years mandatory maximum minimum, but it's 5 to 40 years. And then he says, my lawyer is saying I am looking at 5 years.
Okay, I got it. Okay, I had a mandatory minimum.
And is that
I'll be right back.
Your first offense or second offense? Is that your first offense or second offense or?
That's a good question. ATL, have you done this before? Or is this your first federal indictment or whatever? Charge, indictment.
Let us know if it's all new to you or whether you've done this sort of thing before.
Okay, so this is what I want to say about it because I had a mandatory minimum. I had a mandatory minimum of 2 years, and I got 2 years. Excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. I got 2 years on that charge because that was the least they could give me, and then I got 6 months on another charge that was not a mandatory minimum, and that was the minimum they could give me on that. So I got a 30-month sentence. So with all that said, even on my mandatory minimum ATL, I did on a 30-month sentence. And mind you, again, I had a 24 months of that was mandatory minimum. I did 9 months and 3 weeks in prison, and I did I've been in the halfway house since April, so what is that? May, June, July, August, September. So I got 6 months halfway house or home confinement. Okay, first offense, Adam, he says. Okay, so yes,
First
The
offense,
answer
okay.
is even with a mandatory minimum, because you can get FSA credits and you will get FSA credits, right? You can get FSA
Because
credits with
it's
the drug
his first
test.
offense.
You can
Yeah,
get it
it's
for
his first offense. He's
landscaping
never
now.
done this sort of thing before.
They'll call it agricultural. They'll call it
Yeah.
you can work in the kitchen. They call it culinary. You could work in the bathroom. They call it custodian or janitorial.
Well, that will go in his favour.
Is it a
Jobs you
minimum?
have in the feds now they're giving you credits for.
That will
Sean,
go in his favour because he's never done it before. It's his first offence, right? That will
Right.
go in his favour, and he'll get a discount for that too. And what he should do, instead of fucking the court around, because one thing that the magistrate, that the judge hates, is people wasting the court's time. You know what I mean? So just plead
Like
guilty,
you did
right?
when you like you did, Adam.
Yeah, that's exactly. It will. If you're guilty for the offence, take responsibility for that, like I did. You know what I mean? Plead
Now
guilty.
you're coming around because Adam, when you
Get
when
your
you were,
sentence and go off
you
the
were
jail.
not that guy. You were not that guy, Adam. And I'm so happy to hear that you are not that guy.
Not that guy. Yeah,
Remember when I asked you in one of our
I'm out of that
sessions
life.
what you said to the judge at sentencing day? You told the judge pretty much shove it up your ass. Remember?
Well, people just
Remember,
think
Adam?
of me younger. I'm a lot older
But
now.
you're not that man anymore, are you, Adam?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
what I tell people all the time. You can change.
That's why I love you, Adam. That's why you. So, Adam, what made you
Change
change?
is possible,
How
but
did you change?
you gotta want it. You gotta want
Why
it.
do you feel this way now, Adam? What made you change?
What made me change?
Yeah, remember when you told the judge to take this job and shove
I
it?
just had to take responsibility. You know what I mean? Stop
Yeah,
doing
but you
stupid
didn't
things
always
all the
feel
time.
that way. So why do you feel that way now?
Because I got tired of that life. You know what I
But
mean?
you
Got
didn't
tired.
feel tired when you were sitting in front of the judge. He's
Well,
gonna,
you know what? I gave almost 20 years of my life, right? Almost 20 years I wasted in fucking prison, in and out of prison.
You know
what I
that
mean?
now. You know that now, but how come you didn't know that on sentencing day?
Well, because I didn't think about it and I didn't care.
I gotta
And he
plug
was
my
much, that's
battery
what
in.
he
I'll
said.
be
He
right
was
back.
way younger.
I
He was
didn't-
still on drugs.
Well, I'm trying to answer the question that you asked me. Because I didn't care back then. I was angry. I didn't care. But we all change. This is what I'm trying to say. Change is possible.
Yeah.
Everyone can change, but you got to want to change.
This is what I wanted to say to ATL is I think you're going to
You know what I
probably, is he a medium or are you going to a camp, ATL?
Well, if you're going to a camp, you're going to be sweet.
Okay. Is he a
It
minimum?
sounds like a camp or a low, but ATL,
Camp fed.
I can give you a custody level evaluation, classification evaluation if you call me, and I won't charge you no money for it. It takes about 15 minutes. It's a series of questions. It's 11 different questions, but I can tell you how many points you have, and you need 1 to 11 points for camp, 12 to 16 for medium, 17 to 21 for a 1 to 11 for a camp, 12 to 16 for a low, 17 to 21 for a medium, and anything above that you go to penitentiary. And I do these for free, guy. I don't want no money from you, but
Going to a
my
federal
number is
camp, that's easy time. You don't have to worry about nothing.
410-4612, 415-410-4612. The number's underneath in the description, and I'll give you a classification level evaluation, and I can figure out whether you're going to go to a camp or a low. But the one thing you got to know is your custody level, your classification. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. You got to know your I'm sorry. You got to know what, Angie. What am I talking about? He's got to know his
classification so that
we'll know what
his.
You got to know your category. So
Yeah.
and your lawyer will know that.
And
if you've never been arrested in 20 years, then we know that it's nothing. It's zero. But if you have your criminal history. Your criminal history. I'm sorry, guys. Your criminal history category 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. But I can tell you whether you're going to go to a camp, a low, or medium, penitentiary. The fact
And-
that you're talking to an ATL,
It's only his
the fact that
first offence.
you're talking to us now, you're probably on. You said you're on pretrial, so
He's
you're
not going to do
probably
no
going
hard
to a
time.
camp or low. Most people that are going to a penitentiary are not going to have the time. They're not out on a pretrial bond,
No.
and they're not watching YouTube. They're locked up until they get sentenced. So,
And what I want to mention to ATL is the reason why it's important to know this information is because if you're, for instance, if you're regarding First Step Act credits, is whether if you're a minimum category, then you'll get 15 days off every month for every 30 that you program. And Sean can explain to you what that means. And if you're a low, you get 10 days off.
basically, if you're a bad guy or a good guy. So if
Well,
you're a good
what?
guy, you're going to get 15 days. And a good guy means you have no violence, no guns, you're just a good guy who went to prison. You're going to get
He
15
doesn't have to
days off for
worry.
every 30.
He
If you're a
doesn't have
bad
to worry.
guy, that means maybe you hit your girlfriend, 8 years ago, but that's going to affect you. You know what I mean?
He's
So
going
in
to a
addition
pen-
to the
he's
good
going to a
time,
penitentiary.
the
You know
good
what I mean?
time you're only going to do 85% of that 5 years. And then in addition to that, you'll get First Step Act credit. So that will take more time off, whether that's 15 days or 10 days a month. So Sean can actually help, and I can help if Sean can do it. He doesn't need my help. We can tell you how much time you'll probably actually do on 5 years. It won't be 5 years at all.
Yeah, we want to help you, ATL, and we're not trying to get no money out of you.
No.
I'm not Justin Paperny. I'm not
Oh.
Michael Santos from Prison Professors. Guys, I got to tell you a story. And ATL, I got your last comment. My lawyer says I qualify for a camp. And
Okay, then your minimum, which means you're getting 15 days a month.
I don't mean to talk shit about these prison consultants, but I got to tell you, I just got 3 calls in the last 2 days, and all 3 guys are getting harassed, extortion, everything from Prison Professors, Michael Santos, and Justin Paperny. So here, the first guy, Austin, he's had 15 calls from Justin telling him that if you don't hire me for 20 grand, I'm going to get you an RDAP. I'm going to have 30%. You'll only do 30% of your time. Now he's threatening him, saying, I'm going to make sure you never get into RDAP. Obviously, you don't want to hire me, so I'm going to make sure you get into RDAP. You don't get into RDAP. The other guy has got over 30 calls from a guy named Sam that works for Prison Professors. So his name was Josh, and he called me today. He's getting harassed, and this guy Sam is telling him, we're turning you into RDAP. You're not going to get in. You don't want to hire us. And if you don't give us 20 grand, we're going to make sure you do your full sentence and don't get an RDAP. And then the other guy, remember Vladimir, Angie?
Yes.
So he called Justin Paperny and like 2 months ago, but Justin Paperny has called him 10 times and threatened him, if you don't hire me, I'll make sure you don't get in an RDAP. So you got to watch out for these prison consultants guys out there. ATL.
That's scary, dude. They need to be in prison.
And this is probably the 75th phone call I've got from people. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've had at least 75 people call me and tell me these guys are doing this. This is extortion. This is fraud. This is wrong. These guys need to go back to prison. Please do not call white collar advice. Do not call Prison Professors. And I don't mean to bash these guys, but they're really trying to. These guys have not learned. They're fraudsters, and I don't mean to. Well, I do mean to say, please don't call these guys. And we're not asking you for any money right now, are we, ATL? No, I do have a service, and we'll help you if you want character reference letters and all that stuff. I can help you get through that. But am I asking you for money? I want to help you, and that's why we're doing this show, ATL. So please don't call those guys. And I'm going to shut up.
Okay, I'm going to try to do some math. Hold on a second, you guys.
You guys will know more about doing time in America than I know about doing time here. But
so, Adam, what do you think about these prison consultants that are threatening these guys and saying, I'm going to make sure you don't get any time off from prison unless you give me 20 grand? Is that extortion?
Yeah, I fucking hope it is. And That's why they're pieces
That's
of shit.
kind of a bully. That's I mean, these
They're
guys.
pieces of shit
If you ask
by
me,
doing
they
that.
need to
You
go
know,
back
trying to
to
bully
prison.
him.
They didn't learn
That's
their lesson.
bullying. They're trying to bully him.
Yeah. I don't do that, do I, Adam?
No way. None of us do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You can't do that. That's
Angie,
extortion, all
I
right.
don't do that to people, do I, Adam? Do I, Angie?
No, not at all.
And you don't do that. You just helped out Natalie with you wrote her a what do you call it, allocution letter? Did you threaten her if you don't give me $5,000 for the letter I just wrote for you? Blah, 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 you know, right? You didn't do nothing. You just helped her out of the goodness.
We help because we want to help.
We want to help.
That's what that's why I've got, at the end of the day, this is why I've got a bloody YouTube channel, so I can help people. I want to help
Yeah.
people, you know what I mean? In any way I can, like, give them advice. Because, as far as, going to court and going to prison here in Australia.
So let me tell my audience.
I can advise someone on that, you know what I mean? But other countries like America, I can't because I haven't been there.
So I want to tell my audience, because this will be in a replay afterwards, and a lot of people watch this. We do not, how should I say it? We're not trying to take you guys for money. We're here to help you guys. All our information's on the screen. It's underneath. It's in the description. You might be in Australia. You might be in Bangladesh. Wherever you're at in the world, actually, I'm going to tell you from my heart, I want to help you. If you don't have no money, I don't care. I'm going to help you for free. You know why? Because people helped me for free while I was on pretrial. And I want to help you. Do you believe me? I don't care if you don't believe me, but I believe me. I want to help you guys. You know why? Because you give me a purpose. I wake up in the morning, I get a phone call from somebody who needs my help. And guess what? I have a reason to live today. I have a reason to live because you asked me for help.
Where's Angie?
I guess she went away. Let me see if I here she is. There she's back
now.
Sorry,
I don't know how I got disconnected.
I was wondering
so like I was saying, guys, when you call me, you give me a reason to live. You give me a purpose in life. Look, I'm a guy. I'm 58 years old, guys. I've been to prison. I fucked up my whole life. Yes, I got it together now, but you know what? When you call me, the 3, the 4, the 8 phone calls I get every day, you just gave me a reason to live for the rest of the day. You gave me a purpose in life. I'm earning my wings to go to heaven. When you call me, you make my day. And I just want to tell you guys that. I love you guys. Whenever you call me, whatever I can do to help, you're asking me for help? Do you know what? I used to be called the weasel. Nobody wanted to. When I come to somebody's house, they turn off the lights. They all hide in the back room. Nobody would answer the door. And you're calling me for help? I love you. So when you call me for help, you just give me a reason to live. So that's my message. I'm going to shut up.
I was doing some math in the back end, and I think on a 60-month sentence, I think you'll do 24 months and about 6 months, at least 6 or 8 months in a halfway house.
Okay.
ATL says, what would be the best time to email Sean for a home confinement? ATL, I'll give you my email right now. It's on my web. I'm going to put it up. Email me anytime. I'm actually switching to 20 hours a week so I can start this prison. Angie, I just decided today, I told my boss, because I've already got 3 clients, Angie.
Oh, good for you.
I can't do this and work full time. So I'm going to work 20 hours a week starting the first of the month. So to do this, because I can't help these guys. It's my calling.
Sean, why not do something that you're good at? I mean, you know about that stuff. You know what I mean? And there's, you know what I mean? Like, you've got no time to work, have a full-time job, and do that.
No, so I'm gonna. I'm gonna tell you guys. So last month, I don't know if you guys believe in God, but last month I'm out on my balcony, and I said to God, I said, you know what? I get all these comments, these calls from people, and they want to hire me, they want to, help me get through a sin. I said, God, what do I do? Should I do this? should have this prison consulting for like 1/10 of the price that all these other guys charge. But God, should I do it? Am I real? Do I mean it from my heart? I asked God. It took about 3 minutes. 3 bolts of lightning went across the sky. I swear to God. I think it took 3 minutes.
Bolts of lightning.
God had to think about it because he didn't do it instantly.
My voice is
It
really
took 2 or
hoarse.
3 minutes. 3 bolts of lightning. every bolt of lightning, I said, God, is that you talking to me? Another bolt of lightning. God, are you talking to me? Another bolt of lightning. And I swear to God,
That's
just
crazy,
happened. And and I'm not a godly guy, but I asked him, and I have like 500 comments from people that say, yeah, Sean, help people do this. Yeah, it's okay to charge a little bit of money, but you're the real guy. You're not the scam artist. You're not the con artist. You're not the Michael Santos, the prison professor. You're not the white collar advice guy. Sean, you really want to help these people. So I'm going to do it. And I just told my boss today I'm going to switch to 20 hours a month. 20 hours a week so I can do this. And eventually I'll just do this full time. I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think?
You know what? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. You would be a lot better at it, and you wouldn't fucking rip people off because a lot of them out there are charging people fucking ridiculous amount of money.
I have over 300-400 videos to prove. I have 100 interviews with people I've helped. I'm not trying to, I'm not scamming. I
was going to say too.
Yeah, you guys know. I'm preaching to the choir, but you guys know, right?
Yeah.
That's a job, you know what I mean? Like, that is a full-time job, you know what I mean? And,
it is. There's a lot of research that goes in.
Yeah.
So, the latest client I got, his name is Austin, and I'm going to do 10 character references for him, but I'm going to call up his brother-in-law. I'm going to call his mother. I'm going to call his last employer, and we're going to write a character reference letter together, and we're going to put all the specifics of personal information in there. I'm not going to send him a template and tell him 10 grand and you got to cut and paste your own name in it. No, I'm going to take the time to go over it. And I got Tom Keeksing, who I did time with. He's going to help me. Angie's going to help me. We got a team together, and we're going to do this, and we're going to really, all right. You guys know what I'm talking about.
What are you gonna call your
federal prison advice? Federal prison
call?
advice. I don't know. What do you think?
Federal prison
simple and to the point, because that's what it is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. I would say so.
It's only advice. I'm not giving you legal advice because I can't do that. I can give you federal prison experience. Would you come up with? Help me out. What do you guys think? What's a good name?
The first one, what you said, because that's like Angie said, it's simple and it's straight to the point. You know what I mean?
And for international people, Adam, I could always subcontract out to you, and you can make a few bucks on the side for my international people.
I'll help you in any way I can. You don't have to pay me.
ATL's back here, so let me see what he's saying. He says the lady Sean, she helps with home confinement. Oh, he's talking about Sean Herman. Have you guys watched my shows with Sean Herman?
Sean Herman.
Yes, I have.
They call her Lady Lion. Yeah,
we'll talk about this later.
ATL, she does charge $3,500 ATL, but she's worth it.
$3,500.
But she's worth it.
We'll talk later, Sean.
Okay. You see how I am? She's
worth it. I'm not
bashing her. RDAP Dan, if you want to hire a prison consultant, call RDAP Dan. He's a good guy. If he answers the phone, because he's kind of flaky there, but he's a good guy when he answers the phone. But I'm not
say too much about your business on here.
I'm not trying to bash the other guys. But do not call white collar advice and do not call prison professors. What do you think about these consultant guys, Angie? Have you heard any bad things or good things about them, or what?
They're like those charismatic, money grubbing preachers, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, the televangelist.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. All right.
I think it's a whole lot of money to spend when it's not necessary.
Yeah, I mean,
They're
10,
not judges.
20
Like they
I'll do
can't guarantee
everything.
you
I'll do
anything. They're not a
everything for
judge.
25. I'll do everything for 200. I'll do everything for 2,500 or pay Justin 20 grand. It's up to you guys. But I can't guarantee you 30% of your sentence. I could just guarantee that if you're willing to do the work, take accountability, I can get you the best possible outcome at sentencing day, but you got to do half the work. I'll do the other half, right? Right, Angie?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't make it all. I can't wave a magic wand and the judge is going to give you 18 months on a 64. You know what I mean. I mean, you got to do the work. You got to tell. It's your life. It's not my life. So you've got to make some changes. You know, you got to make those changes before you go to the sentencing day. You got to tell the judge, yeah, I've been out at the homeless shelter. I'm at Harvest Food Bank on Wednesdays and Fridays. I go to my church. We go out on Friday nights and we pass out blankets to the homeless. We do this, we do that. And I've never violated my pretrial, and I show up for work every day. I've never, pretrial. You got to do, every drug test you've given me, it's been clean. You got to do the work. I can't do it for you. But, you do all that. I'll put it in a letter. I'll coach you on what to say to the judge, and you get it in writing. And the judge is going to look at you on sentencing day and go, I think you have learned your lesson. Maybe I don't have to give you 10 years. I can give you 3 years because I think that you're going to actually turn your life around because you've proved to me now. And that's all I can do for you, But you got to do most of that work, Right, Angie?
Yeah.
Angie, do you think character reference letters actually do any good?
Yes.
Do you think what you say to the judge on your last 5 minutes before sentencing does any good?
Yeah. Didn't you say Natalie had that experience where the judge actually commented on her letter?
She did, and you've talked to her since, right? Did she thanked you and everything, right?
Mm-hmm. But so, I mean, that just goes to show that if you write the right letter and you know how to word it correctly, it does make a difference.
Yeah. Hey, I got somebody else in the room. Nick here. He says, ATL, ask your attorney if you can get the safety valve. Do you guys? I don't know what that. I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is. Can you guys talk about that?
Yeah, he may. I don't remember if drug offenses, is that the safety? Yeah, the safety valve is for that, as long as there wasn't. Let me look that up. I think Nick has a point, but I'm just wondering why his attorney didn't already go that direction. So let me look at something. Hold on.
A lot of attorneys don't even know that you're allowed to self-surrender. I've had attorneys, people tell me their attorneys say that there's no such thing as a camp. I've had attorneys say that there's no such thing as self-surrender. I've had attorneys say that character references letters don't matter. I've been a lot of attorneys want to take federal cases because they know there's money in it, but they have no clue how to run a federal case. Now, if you robbed a bank and it's a federal case and you rob the bank, they know how to get those guys through sentencing because they're going to be locked up and detained the whole time. But the white collar guys and nonviolent guys that are out on pretrial, they don't even know what self-surrender means. They don't know what classification. They don't know. When I say you need 11 points or less to get in a camp, most attorneys don't even know how to evaluate that. Okay,
Hey,
you're back.
so yeah, so safety, Nick has an excellent point because safety valves are for first offense, non-managerial drug, like you're not the kingpin and you weren't with only a key. Yeah, you need to ask your attorney why you don't, because that a safety valve would take you under the mandatory minimum. Okay. That's one of the only loopholes that will take you under a mandatory minimum. So I agree with Nick. You need to ask your attorney why they're not talking safety valve for your situation.
ATL. So what I do for my clients is I evaluate them on their custody level classification. I'm going to go grab my paperwork. It's right over here. ATL. It's 11 questions. Some of them are kind of long and complicated, but I can tell you tonight your custody level points. If you don't know your category level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, we can kind of work around that. We'll take our best guess. But I can tell you right now, if you're going to camp, if you're going to low, if you're going to medium, or
well, he knows he's going to the camp. His attorney told him.
Well, your attorney told you, but how'd you like? Has your attorney done has your attorney evaluated your custody level points? I can do that right now for you if you'd like. My paperwork's right over here, and it takes about 10 minutes, and it's a series of 11 questions because that's what I do for all my clients for free, and I'll do that for free for you right now. If you would like, you let me know. Just put it in the comments, and I'll ask you these 11 questions, and we'll find out for sure what your points are. It's up to you.
And take Nick's advice. Ask your attorney about the safety valve.
Yeah, and Nick has something else. What's he say here? Only other way to get under mandatory minimum is to cooperate. Yeah, I'm going to tell you guys.
I cooperated fully, and I didn't go under the mandatory minimum.
I cooperated, guys. Problem is, I cooperated, and they said, "Oh, we don't need your cooperation. Your fiance has already told us everything we want to know. Plus, we got 4 of your co-defendants. They've already cooperated. Ha ha ha! We don't need you to cooperate." But I was willing.
I can tell you,
20 years or 2 years. 20 years or 2 years. Sure, I'll tell on fucking everybody. You know what I mean? That's.
But I cooperated 100%, and okay. I didn't get any. I still got my mandatory minimum, so I don't know. I guess if you have a bunch of people to turn in that they don't know about, that would be absolutely correct.
I tried to tell him about a guy that I knew was a pedophile that lived 3 doors down from me. A creepy van would pull up. 3 kids would run in the house. At 1 a.m, they'd take the 3 kids home. Guys would pull up. They'd come in for an hour. I tried to tell them, but they didn't care. They didn't care. You know what I mean? And I'll snitch on a pedophile any fucking day. But
everybody will.
But they didn't care. They did not care.
All right, you guys, I got to hang up because I have to be at work really early tomorrow. But thanks for having me on. Adam, good to see you. Good to see you, Sean.
Good to see you, Angie. Love you.
Love you guys.
Wednesday night we're going to do a show, right?
Yeah, send me a link.
Okay, I'll send you a link. I'll send it.
Okay.
Tonight, it's Monday, so right. 2 days from now. Okay. I got.
I'm glad you're going to help ATL. ATL, you're going to be fine. I promise.
We all are, Angie.
Even if you get 5 years, you won't do it. I can tell you that for sure. Even with a mandatory minimum.
2 years, 3 years. What do you think for ATL? How
I think 24 months in and 6 to 8 months in a halfway house.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Bye, Angie. Love you.
Love you guys. Bye.
Adam, do they have anything like pretrial when people, instead of actually, Adam, let me ask, do people get to turn themselves into prison in Australia for the lower minimums?
No, we don't have the self-surrender with any of our prisons here in Australia.
How about jail? So let's say I, Adam, let me say I go to a Kentucky Fried Chicken in Australia, right? And I order my chicken, and I run out the door with a bag of chicken. The cops catch me, and they say, "We're charging you with burglary or theft." And they lock me up in jail for the night, but I get out on bail, right? I put up, whatever it is, $2,000 bail. Yeah. And now I got to go to court. And the judge says, "Okay, I'm going to give you 6 months in jail for stealing the chicken from Kentucky Fried Chicken." But the judge says, "But you don't have to turn yourself in for 2 more months." Does that happen?
No. Well, you see, the only way, there's one way that you can get out after fucking, getting sentenced. What happens is when the magistrate sentence you to jail, they'll take you straight into custody there and then you see a lawyer, talk to your lawyer, and ask to apply for appeals bail, right?
You said
Uh,
appeals bill. What is it? What? Explain that. Explain that.
appeals bail. Now, what that means is appeals bail. Like last time, it happened once with me. I got sentenced to 2.5 years in jail, and they took me into custody. Right, the
Yeah.
sheriff's, the police took me into custody, took me downstairs, and then like before I went down there, my lawyer said to me, "I'll be down. I'll be down like in a sec," you know. So they took me downstairs to the cells, and then they took me into these little booths where you go for legal visits to talk to your lawyer. And he goes, "Look, I'm going to apply for appeals bail, and what that is I get out on bail even though I've been sentenced to jail. Right, I've been sentenced to 2 years in jail. What that means is the judge, if he approves the appeals bail, I can get out on bail, very strict bail, and I've got to report to whatever police station of the town that I'm living in at the time, right?
Okay.
And sometimes you got to report every single day to that police station, sometimes twice a day,
Really? Twice a day you got to report?
depending on the seriousness of the case. Usually it's just
Wow.
like, usually it's once a day, but it depends on the case. You know
Even
what I
once
mean?
a day, that's a lot to ask.
Yeah, well, and then what happens is, right, you will stay on bail, like, and when you go for your next court appearance, they can either fucking take you back into custody then, or if you still, like, get out on the pills bail, you'll stay on the pills bail until the final hearing, and, right, and then if you don't have a good enough case as to why the charges will be dropped, and the sentence should be thrown out, you know what I mean? Then they'll take you into custody there and then.
So when you guys show up even once a day, is it 20 minutes? Is it 2 hours? How long are you in that? You go to the police station. You go to the courthouse, and
But
how
yeah,
many hours does it take for that once a day?
it's what happens is they take you down to the cells and you stay into the cells because they've got cells underneath the courthouses, right?
For how long? How long do you stay?
And you stay in that cell for probably 2.5 up to 2.5 to 5 hours.
And then you get released. So every
And
day you're going to jail. Basically, every day you're gonna go. You got to be locked up in a cell.
and then what happens is, right, this is the process, right? I'm explaining the process of what happens after you've been sentenced and fucking then you go through like the stages of seeing your lawyer and shit like that, but you stay in the cells underneath the courthouse until you get to see the judge that day. But you listen, it's not always, Sean. Right? Sometimes you can be lucky to get back into the courtroom to see a judge or the magistrate before the court, closes for the day. Um, if you're not lucky enough to get in there by the time the court closes, well, then what happens is the fucking prison truck will come at 5 o'clock and then it'll take you off to the nearest remand centre, which is NRC. And you know what I mean? And then you'll stay there for the night and come back the next morning to court
Wow.
to apply for appeals
Is it
bail.
worth it? Is it worth it to do that, Adam?
Me personally, I've never done that. I don't think it's worth it because you know why I say that?
What?
Because the main reason is if you stay in jail on remand, and for example, I got 2 years, right? So
Yeah.
if I stayed in there on remand for 12 months, I would have only had to do another year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I would have had to do another year, but because chose to go for the appeals bail, none of that matters. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That doesn't get taken into consideration. You know how
Wow.
long you spent on remand.
Wow.
So that's why I've always usually gone through staying on remand.
Yeah.
Because that can always work in your favour because you get time served, and I've done that. It's happened to me a few times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, hey,
But I
Adam,
spent like
we-
10
we-
months, 11 months, 18 months
Yeah.
on remand. But yeah.
Adam,
Well,
we've been on here about an hour and a half now, so I think I'm gonna call it quits.
yeah,
Is
I'm
that
heading
okay?
home.
Is that okay with you, Adam?
Yeah, I'm heading back home myself.
I don't think ATL's even on here anymore. I'm down to 2 viewers. But Adam, I want to thank you for coming on. Adam, please take the time right now, plug your channel, tell everybody about yourself.
My name's Adam from Sydney, Australia. Spent the last 17 and a half years of my life in and out of prison. 12 of those years spent on heroin. I've got a YouTube channel called Australian Prison Stories. I tried to promote a positive message, to help people not to make the same mistake that I made, going to prison using drugs. You need any advice, or you know someone that wants some advice, concerning addiction, you can always email me. You can find my email in the About page on my YouTube channel. Feel free to hit me up, send me an email.
All right, guys, Australian Prison Stories. Please go at least take a minute out of your day, go to his channel and hit subscribe. At least do that for Adam. He's a
I'd
good guy.
appreciate it.
He's going forward with his life. He's turned it around. And I want all of you guys out there that are watching to turn your life around. If you're watching this channel about prison, maybe you're watching. Why are you watching a prison channel? Probably because maybe you're doing something illegal and you haven't been caught yet. Or maybe you're just curious. But please go to Australian Prison Stories, subscribe on my channel, like it, share the video if you can. I love you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot, Adam.
Thanks for having me on, Sean. I appreciate you, my brother. And we'll chat again real soon.
You bet. All right, I love you
Take care,
all.
everyone. Bye.
Thank you.